Let me start the webinar. Good day to one and all. This is Dr. Sivaraman of iknowindices.com. So for this week, 2nd to 6th of May in the new month, I'm going to give the Asian session live market analysis and also the forecast webinar. Today, that is on 2nd of May, between 5 and 5:30 GMT, explaining the session-wise forecast for the week, Monday to Friday. And also, I will give you the range in which the currencies are expected to swing during this particular week. Besides, I'll also explain briefly about the market reading and the recommended trades. So this webinar is giving Mondays, and I will be reviewing it from this week onwards on Friday, so that we will compare the actuals with that of the forecast and find out the dependability or how far we can rely upon the forecast. So it is a method of objectively trying to compare it before you, so that you'll be able to understand, even though it is given free of cost, you should be able to find the value in it and use it appropriately. Now, if you have got any doubt in the webinar and also with regard to my content, you can always contact me through email, dr@i-knowindices.com, or you can contact me through Skype and just explain to me in chat what is your requirement. iknowindices@hotmail.com. Besides, my website URL is given, i-knowindices.com. It is available since 1999 and exclusively giving the Forex forecast. So this forecast is based on a statistically derived algorithm, and with which I'm able to give the forecast for the day, session-wise, intraday, weekly, monthly, yearly, multi-years, etc. So it is a scientific algorithmic study, and I am giving it here the intraday forecast for the week, so that those who cannot afford to subscribe for any of the forecast can find the value in it and make use of it in order to improve on their trades, and also try to understand how the market functions. And once the understanding happens, the market fear goes off. So the basic idea of giving this market reading and the forecast are mainly to eliminate the market fear among that of the small traders. Then, in order to get rid of the market fear, one needs to limit the risk and maximize the profit. And for that, we need to use the trading strategy. So that I'll explain it at the time of taking the position, and then you'll be able to understand how we can limit the risk and maximize the profit as a strategic trading technique. Now we are into the first week of May. Last week we have seen the end of April. The market was very volatile, and also finally they made all the USD weakening move among all the currencies. So you can see in the live market put page that Euro has come to that of 1.14 region, but USDN has come to 106 level, and GBP to 1.46, and CHF, USD CHF to 0.95 area, and USD CAD to 1.25, and Australian dollar to 0.76 areas. So they have really made USD weakening move last week, and also they made extreme downward move in the case of USDM. As you know that they handle the derivative market during that of the month end time. That is why from 111 they brought it down to 106 level and hit all the stops, and also whatever the put option they got it around 108, 107, 106, they were able to get the profit. So that is how they do it in the month end time and the new month beginning time. Now in the new month beginning time, they will simply hold it today 106 and start gaining the levels. And on Friday, when you find that non-farm payroll is going to be released, all other currencies will be inactive and they will be making nominal swings. But USDN is expected to bounce up in a very big way for the non-farm payroll. This is how they use such data release as a trigger and then make very big moves in the market. And especially in the case of USD and the N crosses, they make all the big moves in the market as one-sided move. Thereby, they are able to make huge profit when the traders lose their shirts. Now coming to that of the forecast, which is pertaining to that of Euro and GBP here. So it is the first week of May. Monthly trend reversal moves are expected. That means they are expected to make the volatile move to start with in Euro and GBP and start rising them during this particular week also. And on 2nd of May, they are expected to make the dip and rise. That is today, a small dip during start and then start rising during that of the Japanese session, and then swing and firm up during European, and swing and rise during that of the US session. So slowly they will be gaining the levels. And tomorrow they are expected to make the slide during that of the Japanese session and then start rising from European onwards. And Wednesday they are expected to make the dip during start of the Japanese session and then rise and again slide during that of the US session. Then on Thursday, swing and firm up is expected during that of the Japanese, and then they are expected to make either way moves. A slide to start with during European session, and then swing and rise move during that of the US session. Then on Friday, 6th of May, swing and slide is expected to happen, and then they are expected to make a dip and then make a quick rise before and after the non-farm payroll, and they are expected to make the swing and firm up move during that of the US session. At that time, Euro and GBP might be making a small firming up move, but USDN is expected to shoot upward. And the next week, second week of May, 9th to 13th of May, the trending time is expected to happen because during the first and the last week, they are expected to make the monthly trend reversal moves. During the second and the third week, they are known to make the trending move. This time, the trending move will be on the upside in the case of Euro and GBP, as well as in the case of USDN and USDCHF. So a contrarian rise is expected to in all the currencies. Now coming to the levels in which the currencies are expected to swing in this week, from 1.14 to 1.17, Euro is expected to gain, and from 1.45 to 1.49 area, GBP is expected to gain, and USD Yen is expected to gain the last ground and reach 111, and followed by that, after the extended downward move, you know very well, they continue to gain the levels. How they had done it in the case of GBP, they came down to 1.40 and then start gaining it one-sided and simply breached all 44, 45, 46 areas. So that is how they are expected to show the upward move in the case of USDN. So people might be thinking that we have to see whether 107 resistance is breached, 108 psychological level is breached, and like that they will try and take sell positions, but the players will gain one-sided upward and induce all the short covering by weekend. So understand that USD Yen, because of the less volume and compared to Euro and GBP, and also in the case of the denominator currencies, they make one-sided move, one-sided drop or one-sided rise. So you have to be very, very careful understanding the trick and then take position so that you will be able to really earn very good money from the market. And USD CHF from that of 96 area, they are holding below that of 0.96. They are expected to go to 1.00 slowly during this particular week to that of the parity. In the case of Canadian dollar, again they have made the extended downward move from that of 1.27 to 1.25 area, and they are expected to swing here and start gaining the levels during the week. Sorry. Then Australian dollar from that of 0.7575 area, they are expected to 0.80 area slowly by gaining the level. Swing and gain moves are expected to happen in the case of Australian dollar. So overall, you will come across all the currencies are expected to slowly swing and gain the levels. So you have to understand which currency is going to gain by looking into that of the net changes. So you can see that Euro, USD and GBP are showing positive net change. That means there, and also that USD CAD and Australian dollar are showing negative net change, all contrarian moves. So after handling the commodity crosses, they are expected to handle the yen crosses, and then you will come across the big moves in the case of majors, and finally the European crosses. That is how the sequential trend reversal they make it during that of the month beginning time. Now these are all the initial lows and the highs noted down around 3:30 GMT. The case of Euro 1.1453 is the low, 1.1481 is the high. They are not breached the low at the high. And the case of GBP 1.4588 is the low, 1.4623 is the high. They are not breached the low at the high. Then in the case of yen, 106.16 and 106.72 are the lows and the highs. They are not breached it either. Then in the case of CHF, 0.9577 is the low, 0.9596 is the high. They are not breached the low or the high. In Canadian dollar, 1.2529 and 1.2559 are the lows and the highs. Just 30 pips swing. They are not breached it. And in the case of Australian dollar, 95.94, 75.94 is the low, 76.22 is the high. They are not breached the low or the high. So here you come across that in all the majors in the commodity pairs, they are not breached the low or the high, indicating they are expecting the traders to commit more positions before making the next move, hitting the high or hitting the low and trying to make the moves in the market. So once they improve their swing during that of the late Japanese session, so we'll be able to get a buy position. So I kept the buy limit order 1.1453 near that of the low with 30 pips hedge order to limit the risk and 30 pips take profit order. Similarly, in the case of GBP 1.4588, I kept the buy limit order and 4618 is the take profit order and 4558 is the entry stop or sell stop. So why I'm keeping it a buy near that of the low? So they are expected to make a false move up to that of the low or a brief downward stop and before making a rise. So if you are opportunity trader or a smart trader, when the market is simply holding, we should not commit positions. And by that, it will be testing our patience. During the earlier, the late sessions, they will become suddenly active in the case of the majors. At that time, they will try to make a brief downward stop and for 1 or 2 pips and then start gaining the levels. So if we keep the buy limit order near that of the low set for the day, we'll be able to get a definite fill at the most lowest level. And then market goes up, we'll be able to remove the entry stop and keep stop at entry and then try to maximize the profit by trailing upward the take profit order. This way, we aim for 30 pips to start with and aim for a risk of 30 pips. And once the going is good, we eliminate the risk by keeping stop at entry and removing the entry stop order or the hedge order Then later on, we try to maximize the profit by trailing away the take profit order and a trailing stop in the profit making position. This way, we'll be able to maximize the profit. So, if you learn the art of trading, then you'll be able to really handle well the trailing stop as well as the trailing take profit order, and see that you are able to trade at ease without any constraint and still maximize the profit in single trades. So you can just simply take one position and book profit and then go to another trade. And especially during the month end and the month beginning time, they are expected to make very big volatile moves. So avoid committing more positions. Aim only for swing trades with the holding positions. And if you quickly book profit, you can always re-enter when they quickly make opposite move, and then try to earn from that of the market in swing trades. During that of the second, third, and the fourth week, you can do the position trade by holding the position for a longer period. So understand the type of moves the players make during that of the trend reversals and also the trading time. Then accordingly you design the trades, you'll find you are able to really make money. Instead, you simply think that the trading strategy is not important, only the forecast is important. Then in 50% of the trades you might be right, another 50% of the trades your stop might be hit, and you will be simply doing trading without any progress. So always make an objective analysis of your trading and your methods of trading, and see that you are able to consistently earn money. Losing money is not the trading strategy. Then these are all the market timings. So they are very vital. These are all the timings followed by that of the players, and nobody will be disclosing this. I am giving it for you to understand how exactly they handle the majors during the early and the late sessions, and the mid sessions they handle the crosses, and during that of the gap time they make the false moves in the market. So you'll be able to precisely see those timings are utilized by the players to make specific type of moves in the market, so that you'll be able to really uh, take up advantage of such moves in the market. So if you've got any doubt, you can ask me. I'll answer to those questions. I'll show the forecast slide. So those who have joined late probably look into the forecast slide. Any question, please? There are questions, I'll answer to those questions. So if the USD is going up, gold will probably be lower for this week. Oh, I said that USD is going to become weak. When USD become weak, then obviously gold will become strong this week. Increase. The dollar index will be expecting it to go lower. So the index may not go lower drastically, as they are expected to gain the levels in the case of Euro and GBP as a USD weakening move, but gain the levels in the case of USDN and USD CHF as the USD gaining move. As a result, US dollar index will have less impact. So the commodities would rally higher when the dollar index is lower. See, that is what, again, you find the contrarian move here. USD CAD is showing the USD weakening move by showing negative net change. Australian dollar is showing negative net change, indicating it is making the USD gaining move. So don't simply uh, correlate the market, Forex market, with that of the dollar index, just like that, without understanding how they are making moves, whether it is a straight USD weakening or they're gaining move in the market or a contrarian move. Some pairs making USD gaining move, certain other pairs making USD weakening move, and that thereby the US dollar index will have lesser impact. So understand that. Thanks, Michael, for the appreciation. Is there any other question? So this is the forecast slide. Also, I'll show you the slide of the levels in which the currencies are expected to swing in this week. So carefully understand that they're expected to make a slow swing at the lower level, start gaining the levels in all the pairs alternatively. So simultaneously, they will not gain in all. So they will hold Euro and GBP, gain in the case of USD and USD CHF, USD CAD. Then hold them at the higher level, start gaining Euro, GBP, Australian dollar. That is how they make the moves in the market, so that they'll be able to handle the majors as well as the crosses. Okay, so not more questions. So I take this opportunity to thank FX Trade for the facilities provided to present the webinar. I'll come back on Friday and review the forecast, also the levels in which the currencies are expected to trade, and see how far the forecast can be effectively used in your trading. So if you've got any question, you can always continue to contact me through the email or the Skype. I'll be willing to help you without expecting anything from you. I want only the fearless trades to happen among that of the small traders. Wish you all happy trading. See you on Friday.